California particularly, about surrendering to it, about letting it go, about… Not for one person has such a thing worked, ever. Has it, I'm asking you? You have anxiety, try to let it go. Does it go? Even a flu, damn flu doesn't go. Yes or no? Even a simple cold does not go, you say go, does it go? So, let's not get into this fanciful states of surrendering, these are all words thrown around. Nobody knows what is surrender. Because when it happens, you will not know it has happened. You can't do it, I surrendered. How's that possible?
This is Chris. Welcome to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast, where I'm back now playing a whole bunch of Battle Royale while I wait for this new mini-map for reload this season. Fingers are crossed. We need a new mini-map for reload. Technically, someone else might already have a Fortnite podcast, but in the spirit of Fortnite, I have officially stopped camping at black markets. And to you, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't camp at black markets. It's just creepy, okay? Very creepy. Especially right by Crime City. You might find me there. Shout out to wherever you're listening from, the best Fortnite podcast in the world. Shout out to the parents who listen out there. Shout out to the kids. Best fans in the universe. I tell you, the beginning of this season was insane. It's only week 2. Will Midas have to repay a debt to Fletcher Kane? Were they friends once? I'm all about staying ahead. On this new island, I am quickly making an impact. As long as I can get a kneecapper or a vehicle, I know I'll be okay. Listen, we all know the stories of the great Midas, the gold, the triumphs, the different timelines he has conquered. What has changed with Midas this time? We get new wanted quests about him next week. And if you guys are ready, let's dive in. While walking into an open vault in Crime City, I realized I arrived just about 2 minutes late, as it was completely emptied out. And there was a medallion hanging out nearby, looking like he was heading towards the black market. So I thought, okay, this is a moment. So I took my kneecapper and ran towards the black market. I wanted to lay a trap for the players. So to sweeten the deal, I put a ton of ammo. I put my chug jug in one corner of the room, and I placed an epic twin fire auto shotgun right in the corner of the room where Skillet is. Then sat back down with my kickback emote, waiting. As he picked up the chug jug, I could just imagine the look on his face as he realized this enormous assumption that he had made, that he or she misjudged. It felt like a superpower for a moment. And guess who walked out with the dill bits and a full loadout? Me. That's who it is. You can't play scared and expect a masterpiece. Okay, let's talk about the first rule of love, of art, and Fortnite. You can't play scared. It's a universal truth. Whether you're trying to create something beautiful, build a relationship, or clutch up in a high pressure endgame, fear will kill your chances before you even begin. If you hesitate, if you doubt yourself, if you play just to avoid failure instead of playing to create something and create it from the heart, you've already lost. Think about love for a second. You can't half love someone and expect something meaningful to grow. You can't wake up and say, I think I'll love them 60% today and see how it goes. That's not love. That's a bad investment strategy. Love isn't cautious. It's all in or not at all. The same goes for art. No artist ever created a masterpiece by timidly dabbing at a canvas. No, afraid of making a wrong stroke. That's not how the Mona Lisa happened. That's not how Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel. Great art demands bold strokes, wild risks, and a twin-fire auto shotgun to the face. But we're just getting ahead. But seriously, great art demands an absolute commitment to seeing it through, even when you have no idea how it'll turn out. Now, apply that to Fortnite. How many of you play scared? Be honest. You land, you avoid fights, you crouch walk through buildings. Paranoid, so paranoid that someone is waiting for you in the shadows, like some Fortnite version of the boogeyman. You don't push fights. You don't take risks. You don't create. And what happens? Eventually, you get caught in a bad spot, taken out by someone who wasn't afraid to take control of the game. Someone who dropped in, looted up, and engaged with full commitment. Someone who saw the game as an opportunity to create something, not just a space to survive in. Playing scared is the fastest way to lose. Let me tell you something. Playing scared is the fastest way to lose. When you hesitate in Fortnite, it's game over before the first shot is even fired. You can't sort of push a fight, sorta. No, you can't kind of rotate into a new zone. I'm gonna kind of rotate. I think if you're playing scared, you're not playing to win. You're playing to avoid failure. And that's a losing strategy. You ever watch pro players? They don't hesitate. They take a bunch of fights. They make moves. They commit. They surrender to the game. Not in a way that means giving up, but in a way that means fully embracing whatever happens. They don't worry about failure. They focus on what they can create in the moment. Think about that phrase, what they can create. Because Fortnite isn't just about getting eliminations. It's not just about survival. It's a creative game. Every build, every edit, every clutch moment is a stroke on the canvas. The best players don't just react to what happens, they make things happen. They don't play defensively and hope for the best. They play aggressively, proactively, with the full belief that they are shaping the game and the outcome. But when you play scared, you convince yourself that survival is more important than control. And before you know it, you're boxed in a building with two minis and a stack of toilet paper to help to heal you while you are trying to heal. And you are panicking as, listen to this, someone who actually played the game takes you out. Love, art, and Fortnite, the common thread. Now, let's go back to love and art. Playing scared in Fortnite is like painting with the tiniest brush because you're afraid of making a mistake. It's like being in love but never saying how you feel because you don't want to risk getting hurt. But what if you went all in?
Anyway.
What if you played the game like it was a canvas, where every build, every shot, every movement was a stroke of your masterpiece? What if you stopped playing just to not lose and started playing to create something amazing, something epic? But here's the truth. Mistakes don't matter. Messy builds, bad edits, scuffed plays, they don't define you. What defines you is how fully you engage. Now, in art, there's this thing called happy accidents. Some of the most beautiful paintings in history were the result of unplanned brushstrokes that somehow worked. Why? Because the artist kept going. They trusted the process. They committed, even when they weren't sure of the outcome. In love, it's the same way. No relationship is perfect or 100% great. No love story follows a perfect script. It's all about jumping in, committing fully, and figuring it out as you go. The people who find real love are the ones who don't let fear stop them from expressing how they feel. And in Fortnite, the players who create the best moments aren't the ones who play scared. They're the ones who make things happen. They don't just sit back and wait for the perfect opportunity. They create the opportunity. So what does playing without fear look like? Let's get practical. What does playing without fear actually look like in Fortnite? Dropping into hot zones? Stop playing it safe. How about trust your instincts? Maybe play the game like an artist approaches a blank canvas. No hesitation, just expression. The best games I've ever played? They weren't the ones where I played safe and won through passive placement. They were the ones where I took risks, where I fought my way through the chaos, where I embraced the uncertainty and went balls in. And yeah, sometimes I lost, but those games still felt alive. Stop playing like a ghost. Start playing like a creator. Here's the real difference between playing scared and playing like an artist. When you play scared, you're like a ghost. You move through the game, but you don't change it. When you play like an artist now, you leave your mark. You shape the experience. You create something that wasn't there before. And that's what makes Fortnite special. It's a game where you're just not a player. You are a creator. So next time you drop in, ask yourself, am I just trying to survive? Or Am I trying to create something unforgettable? Because that choice, that's the difference between playing scared and playing to make a masterpiece. And trust me, the masterpiece is worth the risk. Trust the process, the beauty of improvisation. Artists don't always know what their final painting will look like when they start. Who the hell just knows exactly what it'll look like? They allow it to manifest in front of them and they react accordingly. They throw paint at the canvas. They move with instinct. They let it flow. Like when you love somebody, you just do what you do. They trust that the process will lead them somewhere. They understand that if they overthink every brushstroke, they'll end up paralyzed, staring at a blank canvas. And now they're afraid to mess up. That's exactly how you should be playing Fortnite. The art of letting go in Fortnite. And let's break it down practically. You drop into a hot zone, your plan, always get good loot, secure some early eliminations, maybe get a little bit of movement, so some bouncers or something. Set yourself up for a strong mid game. But then, usually, things don't go your way. You open a chest, and instead of a pump or an AR, you get a great pistol and some bandages. Meanwhile, the guy across from you lands on a legendary shotgun. Your next move isn't just about skill. You're probably running away right now. But it's about how you respond to the unexpected. Panic? You're done. Freeze? No, you're back in the lobby. But if you improvise, now we're talking. Maybe you pick up that pistol and start hitting your shots, right? Maybe you disengage, you rotate out, and then you come back later. Maybe you find an entirely different way to approach the situation. The point is, you don't control what loot you get, what circle pulls, or how many sweats land at your drop spot. What you do control is how you react to any situation in life. One of the best things you could do in Fortnite is trust that the right play will reveal itself as long as you keep playing. Trusting the process in love. And guess what? This applies to love too. Nobody has it figured out from day one. No relationship is perfect immediately. No one falls in love and just magically knows exactly how things will unfold. It's all trial and error, learning each other's rhythms, making mistakes, adjusting, and finding what works. The only way you truly fail, well, that's by not even showing up, by not taking the chance, by refusing to take risks, by overthinking everything to the point where you never allow the relationship to unfold naturally. You can't force love, just like you can't force a win in Fortnite. You put yourself in the best position possible. You make smart moves. But at the end of the day, you have to trust that things will unfold as they should. So, let's get practical. My favorite thing. What does surrendering to the game actually look like? Surrendering to the game. 3 core principles. Improvisation, adapt or die. Ever had a game where nothing went according to plan? Where you landed somewhere safe, looted up, but still found yourself in a terrible position later on. Maybe you didn't rotate as fast as you wanted to. Maybe you didn't get the loadout you wanted. Maybe every single chest that you opened up just didn't have that gun or that shotgun that you wanted. Maybe your rotation got blocked by another squad. Or maybe the storm pulled you in absolutely the worst way possible, up a mountain, let's say. What separates average players from great players is improvisation. Improvisation is a skill. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more you use it. Every time you recover from a bad landing, every time you take a fight without your preferred weapon, every time you find a way to make something work instead of complaining about your crappy RNG, you're building that skill. Just like an artist doesn't panic when a painting takes a unexpected turn, they adjust. You need to treat Fortnite the same way. Flow state. Stop overthinking. You're just gonna act. There's a moment in every great Fortnite game where you stop thinking and you just start playing. You're not hesitating. No, you're in the zone, okay? Shots are hitting. Builds are coming together effortlessly. You're on the mic, you're talking, and as you're talking, you just bim, bam, boop, bow. You know, you're just doing your best Kendrick Lamar impression, okay, with your shotgun and your AR rifle, okay? Rotations feel smooth. Your language, it's like the way you're talking with your hands on your keyboard and mouse or on your controller. You're literally speaking figuratively in a different way, okay? It's almost like your instincts are making decisions before your brain can process them. That's flow state. And it's one of the most powerful weapons in Fortnite. But most players never reach flow state because they overthink everything. Should I get on top of the house? Or maybe if I throw this bush down, if he comes by with the car, maybe I could hide in the attic, or I'll just run away. And before you know it, you hesitated, you froze, and you're back at the lobby screen. Absolutely, yes way. Flow state happens when you let go of needing to be perfect. When you stop doubting yourself and you just act. Just do it. The best Fortnite players aren't thinking about their mechanics. They're just doing them. This is exactly how love works too. When you stop over-analyzing, stop questioning every little detail, and just let yourself be in the moment, commit to the moment. That's when relationships feel effortless. That's when you connect naturally, without fear. So next time you're in game, turn off the overthinking and turn on the instinct. Go into your settings, okay? And turn off the overthinking, okay? You'll see it right on the graphics page. Just turn it off. Creativity, experiment, break the rules, find what works. Fortnite is a game of infinite possibilities. But everything changes with every new match that you play. And yet, some players still get stuck in the same patterns. They land at the same place. Same place every single match. Same house. Every single match. Every single match. Every single match. They rotate the same way. They use the same guns, the same edits, The same predictable strategies. Until they start losing more than they win, right? That's when you're like, you know what? I'm getting off of this game because you're not trying something different. Creativity is everything in Fortnite. Think about some of the best plays in history: clutch trick shots, insane builds, wild rotations. Those players didn't follow some rigid script. They made something out of nothing. They saw the game as a canvas and painted their own path to victory. When you play with creativity, you become unpredictable. And in Fortnite, unpredictability is power. Same with love. If you approach relationships with a rigid set of rules, trying to control every bit of the relationship, every outcome, you try to play it safe, you're killing the magic before it even starts. Real love thrives in spontaneity, in those unplanned moments, in embracing what feels right, even when it doesn't make perfect sense. Fortnite works the same way. If something isn't working, switch it up. Don't be afraid to try new things. Experiment with new weapons. Push fights in ways you've never had before. The best players don't just play the game, they create something new every time they drop in. If you play for the win, you might miss the fun. Look, I love winning as much as anyone. Nothing hits quite like clutching a victory royale, standing in front of my television and forgetting to emote because I'm so happy, standing on top of the world while the rest of the lobby watches from the afterlife, right? Everybody's checking, oh, let me see what gun that guy had that killed this other guy with. But let's be real. Winning isn't everything. In fact, sometimes chasing the win too hard just sucks all the fun out of the game. Think about it. Are you thinking about it? Good. When you're so focused on the outcome, you stop enjoying the game itself. You start obsessing over stats, KD ratios, and placements. You get stressed out about every rotation, every missed shot, every lost fight. Instead of enjoying Fortnite for what it is, you start treating it like some kind of job where the only metric of success is winning. And once that happens, the magic, I'm sorry, it's gone. The pressure to win can kill the joy of the game. Look, we've all been there. You hop into a match, determined to win. No distractions. No funny business, okay? Just pure, calculated plays. You even take it slow. You avoid risky fights. You play it super safe. And maybe, just maybe, you do end up winning. But was it fun?
Anyway.
Be honest with yourself. Because sometimes the most memorable games aren't the ones you win. They're the ones where something completely unexpected happens. The ones where you and your squad pull off something ridiculous, where you experiment, where you take risks completely. And you take those risks just because you can. I could think of dozens of matches where I had way more fun doing something stupid than playing safe for the win. How this relates to love and art. And here's where we loop back to, we're going to come back to love and art right now. Because this same idea, it applies to both. Some people are so obsessed with finding the perfect relationship, okay, that they forget to enjoy being in one. They get so caught up analyzing every little thing. Oh, I like her nose. Oh, I like the way she wears her hair. I like the fact that she works out and she I like her food. She actually she cooks good, but I just enjoy it. Trying to win at love, that they forget to actually have fun. The best relationships aren't the ones that follow some perfect script. They're the ones where you can laugh with each other, experiment, take risks, and just enjoy the moment in love. The same goes for art. Some artists get so fixated on making a masterpiece that they paralyze themselves. Instead of enjoying the process, they stress over every detail, every imperfection, every possible mistake that they can only see, of course. And you know what happens? They'll never finish it. Or worse, they stop having fun creating. If you play Fortnite like that, so obsessed with winning that you forget to enjoy the game itself, you're setting yourself up for burnout. What if you played to create, not just to win? So, here's my question to you. What if, instead of just playing just to win, you played to create? What if every game was an opportunity, not just to get eliminations, but to make something ridiculous, exciting, and unexpected? What if you stopped worrying about stats and started playing just to make a moment, a crazy moment, happen? Fortnite is one of the few games where this mindset thrives. It lives. It's a sandbox. It literally is a sandbox. It's a playground, a space where you can do wild, insane things that you cannot do anywhere else. I like taking a flowberry and then using a bouncer to go super high sometimes and try to land a shot that I can just record. Okay? Like, that is something absolutely crazy, and I love doing stuff like that. And yet, so many people, they treat it like a ranked checklist. Land, loot, rotate, play for endgame. Bro, that is boring. Next time you drop in, try playing a little differently. Maybe play like nobody's watching, because guess what? Nobody cares about your KD ratio, bro, but you. Wins are temporary, but moments, those stay with you. At the end of the day, winning fades. Just like a good haircut. The hair grows back and that's it. You're going to end up back at the barber. And it's the same thing with Fortnite. You win one, but guess what? You get back to the end of the line. 100 players, sometimes 97 players, and they drop off of the battle bus. Nobody is going to remember your 37th random victory royale of the season. But you will. Remember the time you and your squad did something so stupidly chaotic that you laughed about it for days. That's what makes, to me, Fortnite special. It's not just a game about winning. It's a game about what you can create inside it. So next time you load in, ask yourself, am I playing for the win? Or am I playing to make something unforgettable? Because I promise you, the best games aren't just about winning. They're about how much fun you had getting there. Be the artist, not just the player. So here's the final takeaway. GYATT Podcast Warriors. Fortnite is an art form. It really is. It's not just a game. not just a competition, not just a race to the last circle. It's a canvas. And every time you drop in, you create every single time. You have the opportunity to create something absolutely unforgettable. Maybe it's an insane trick shot. Maybe it's a ridiculous play that shouldn't have worked, but did. Maybe it's a moment of pure chaos with your squad that you'll be laughing about for days. Whatever it is, it's something you made happen. But none of that happens if you play scared. None of that happens if you're too busy worrying about stats, wins, or what other people think. Stop trying to control everything. Stop playing just to survive. Instead, show up fully, commit to the moment, and let the game unfold. Love is the same way. Art is the same way. The best things in life don't come from playing it safe. They come from diving in without hesitation. You don't control love. You give your all to it. You don't control art. You trust the process. And you don't control Fortnite. Definitely, you do not control Fortnite. You step into the storm. You loot up. You go back into the storm because you just saw a legendary weapon. And you make something out of nothing. So next time you drop in, don't just play Fortnite. Stay sweaty, stay creative, and create something. Love something. Surrender to the masterpiece. And with that, I'll catch you all in the next one. This is Chris. Thanks for tuning in to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast. Until next time, keep your shields up, your emotes ready, and remember, it's all about how you see the game. We are at episode 20 of the GYATT Fortnite podcast. A lot of big things in the works. Nothing I'm ready to talk about so quickly. But it's gonna shock you. Next week, we get some Midas quests. We're gonna figure out what Midas has to do with this season. When I'm done with this podcast, I'm about to play some Battle Royale online, some Zero Build. Get some of my weeklies and some of my story quests done. We have 8 weeks left of this season. And there's just so much left to discover. New playstyles. New epic moments. New friends to meet in this game. Going broke in the item shop. We all do. It's a big deal. And with that, I'll see all you guys soon.